Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in on tonight's teaching. As we get ready to go into this word on tonight, look, it's been a long time. Hey, we missed you all, River family, and to our guests as well, those of you who will be tuning in. So as we get ready to go into tonight's teaching, I pray that the Lord will speak through me mightily and that he will hit you right in the area that you may be dealing with, so that he will be able to speak life and give you strength in whatever area you may be dealing with on tonight. Okay, everybody, tonight's title, we're going back into a very familiar chapter. We're still in Genesis chapter 29. Now, for some reason, it's like I feel like the Lord is really needing me to pour in a little bit more and pull more out of this area. Because many of you have been feeling like you've been waiting a long time. And if you haven't been waiting a long time, it's like things was working out well for you, but then all of a sudden you hit like a roadblock. So I feel through these two characters by the name of Leah and Rachel, I really believe that the Lord really wants to speak to us, because I feel that for those of you who you've been doing what you felt that was right to do, you was planting, you was sowing, and all of a sudden things just is not moving for you. And I feel like the Lord wants to speak to you on tonight. And for those of you who had to wait for a long time, just wait, because the Lord has some amazing things for you in this hour. Okay, y'all, let's go right on into this. So we're going to come right from this chapter, Genesis chapter 29. I'm going to read one verse, and that's going to be verse 31. And then I will possibly, for the sake of time, I may dive on into verse 30. But I'm only going to hit verses 1 and 2 because, look, clearly, I have to hit you all like this because, watch this. I want to go on, but I feel like the Lord still needs me to till up some ground in certain areas here, because he knows that when I go to verse chapter 30, now you're going to begin to see the blessings and the fruitfulness, the abundance is going to begin to take place. So for whoever you are, you need me to break up some ground, because many of you, where you're at right now, you're not ready for chapter 30 yet. So we have chapter till this ground, so that now he's going to allow me to give you and show you how to have put on the mind of Christ, so that now when you come into those tryout moments, as you're getting ready to be go through the course of the tryouts to see if you're ready to go to chapter 30, or if you're ready to go to the next stage of your life, then it's not going to be up to the coach. No, it's all up to that general manager. And see, God is the manager. He oversees everything. And see, he's the one who downloads and has the heart of everybody. Every king, every leader, their heart is in the hands of the Lord. And he turns their heart whichever way he desires for it to go. So if while you in your tryouts, if you're failing tests, then watch what you think the Lord is going to do. He loves us so much that he don't want to just pass us on to the next stage, because he knows if you're not ready and if you can't handle that next stage, and if he just shifts you on, that means number one, he don't love you. Number two, that means he's only going to set you up to fail. And number three, the Lord is not, he's a loving Father. He's a good shepherd through Christ. He's not going to do us that way. So he will allow us to experience things to get us together and prepared. Okay, y'all, enough of this. Let's move on into this. Now, let's read verse 30. And when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Leah was barren. Okay, y'all, here's what I feel like the Lord wants me to start off right here. And just reading chapter 29 and just reading this one verse, here's what sticks out to me. Why would Leah or Rachel feel the way how she's feeling? Why would she begin to feel how she's feeling? And the scripture says, and when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren. It's like it flopped. So could it be, everybody, let's talk. Could it be that Rachel was the one who possibly was hating on Leah all that time? Because here we go again. Could it be that now Rachel was initially supposed to be married to Jacob first, but now she sees that her older sister, by way of her father, by way of the Lord, allowed this to take place, and her older sister got the opportunity before she did. So now that caused Rachel to begin to feel some kind of way. And here we go again. Let me read this. Have any of you, let's really talk, have any of you felt like the opportunity came to you and it seemed like you was doing the right things? It should have happened for you and it didn't? Let's just talk plainly. And you know that it was for you. You know that it should have happened. But why didn't it happen? Okay, let's talk. Because here's what the Lord, I really feel like what he's wanting to say tonight is that this. He's looking not at your outer appearance, but he's more so looking at your heart. Because, see, he knew, and here go to Tryout. Rachel was at the point to where the Lord knew that, hey, if I allow her to stay on track, Rachel will never change. Rachel, when I put her through the tryouts to see where she's going to fall in my plan, how is her behavior? How is her emotions? How is everything about her? Is she patient enough? Is she humble enough? Where is Rachel going to fall in that? So here's what the loving Father has to do. He has to now allow Rachel to now experience a time of have to go through. Because when you really look at Rachel's life, what happened? Rachel's life, it was possibly good for a while. Ever since she was growing up as a young child, Rachel had it going on. And you couldn't tell that she didn't have it going on. But now the Lord sees that, Rachel, there's something greater that I want to do through you. And I need to see where you're going to fall in my plan. Where can I use you? Will you even be usable in my plan? And see, many of you right now, where you're at right now, whether at home, on your job, in the ministry, wherever you are at, around other people, if there's anybody who may be causing you a little irritation right now, that's your tryouts. Let's just talk. See, this is the tryout because, see, the Lord is looking at, see, he sees further than you and I see. And see, if you're going to allow individuals to rub you wrong and move you out of your blessed place, see, all you're showing him is that, hey, X, Y, Z. Maybe you're not ready for it yet. And see, many of us, we want things to come easy in a fashion or in a way to where we go from this step to that next stage and it be easy. You better go and read your word, because when you get in your word, you see that everyone who the Lord elevated and shifted to the next stage of their life, they had to encounter or they went through things that also caused it was uncomfortable. And see, if you know that the Lord have a blessing on your life, you know that there's favor on your life, you need to go ahead and just admit and say, okay, Lord, hey, somebody put on the hand emoji and say, Lord, yes, Lord, it's me. I was going through, I was feeling it. And yes, there is others who I might be around that I might not get along with or feel how I need to feel with them. But I need you to handle this one. And not only I need you to handle this one, you need to handle this one for yourself. Because if the Lord is bringing it to you, and I'm talking to me too, please, I'm not throwing no shade on nobody, because all of us, especially if you're working, you're on jobs, especially when you have to interact with people daily, look, there's going to be some times where you feel the hit, and this is where you're going to have to maintain it. Why? Because the Lord is only tryouts, because the Lord is seeing, if he lets you go through it, it's only because what you're going to need for your next stage. And that next stage is very important, it's very key to your level of success. So God is about to make whoever you are, he's about to make you into someone that many people did not see coming. But see, you had to experience, how are you going to get there? Like how he did Leah. Leah had to wait for a long time. But in her waiting, why did she have to wait all of this time? Because her help wasn't prepared, her help wasn't in place. The opportunity was not ready for her yet. Who was the opportunity? Jacob. And see, it was not time until Jacob arrived in their area, in their region. And when Jacob got there, now here go the Lord through her father. Now I'm ready. Now the opportunity is ready. And look at this. Leah was able to go through her process. It was years that she had to encounter. How many of y'all going to be honest and say y'all been dealing with something for years in your life? And see, you've been wondering why you had to go through things as long as you had to go through it. It's because you are that chosen one that the Lord chose, because he knows that you can handle it. He knows that when he looked down the line and looked to see who else could do it, he didn't see nobody but you. So if I'm talking to you out there, you know you online and you know that you've been dealing with some stuff, the Lord chose you because he knows that you can handle it. You can make it. He going to see you through this one. Why? Because you was his choice. You may not have been his first choice, but you were the one who he saw. You was the one throughout the tryouts. You was the one who stuck in there. Even when you could have thrown in the towel, you didn't. Even when you wanted to quit, you didn't. You kept moving forward. And see, that's what the Lord is looking for. So whoever you are, there are things you've been dealing with. Don't run from it, because it's heavy. And what do I mean it's heavy? See, what you're possibly going through right now, It's heavy because it's a lot of oil in there. And see, that oil, and see, you got to wonder, see, how does the oil come? Through the crushing. And see, for many of you, right now, what you might be experiencing or going through, that crushing is only crushing so that the oil can flow, so it can come on, and now it's going to flow on you and in you. But see, you have to be willing to allow that to take place in your life. And see, here we go again. You have to be willing to go through the process, through the course, just like Leah. And see, let's look at her yet again. Leah's course, it was years. And see, throughout those years, see, the Lord already knew, Leah, throughout this right here, you're going to do well. That's why she was chosen. This woman had 6 sons, and it took 3 other women just to equal up to what she had. Why? Because the Lord knew that I'm going to give you abundance. I'm going to make you fruitful. I'm going to bless you so to where you're going to do, your one is going to do what 3 is going to take 3 just to equal up to what you're going to be able to do, what I'm going to do through you, what I'm going to give to you. And see, for whoever you are tonight, whether you man or woman, whatever you might have been dealing with, whatever you may have been going through, see, the Lord is not finished with you. He's not through yet. And see, he's only working on you now because here we go again. He's only trying to prepare you and get you ready for the main course. What is it that he has been working on you with to get you in position, get you in place? And see, that length of time was only, you was going through being prepared because now he was working on your opportunity, getting that prepared so that when you show up or when the opportunity is presented to you, watch this, it's gonna have your name and you and mine. It's gonna be tailored for you. Everything is going to fit for you. Somebody else might be vying and might be putting in for the position. But how many know they didn't go through the tryouts? They didn't endure the tryout. They didn't maintain or finish the tryout like you did. And see, you already equipped. The tryouts brought you through to this place now in time in your life. And the Lord is saying, okay, now you're ready. Release Jacob. Release the opportunity to them. Let this open door fly open for them. Open up the windows for them. It's time to bless them. Why? Because they endured the tryout. They didn't throw in the towel. They did not quit. When they could have quit, they didn't do it. So whoever you are tonight, just know that you have been chosen for this hour. You have been chosen for this moment. So here we go. Not only is this thing heavy, but it's oily, and it got weight to it. That's why you have been chosen to go through it and go through the most. Whoever you are, many of you probably saying this up, and I've been going through, you look down and you're like, man, I've been going through more than anybody else, whether in your family, on your job, wherever you may have been. You feel like your own self, you be like, man, it's like I've been going through the most. Well, see, you're that one that was handpicked and chosen to endure a situation or an issue for a long time, and you had to maintain. Because see, if it was somebody else, they would have already been full. They would have already been quit. But see, the Lord knew that what he placed within you, he knew you wasn't going to quit. He knew that you weren't going to give up on him. So that's why he had to have you in place and allow you to experience what you experienced or went through, just so that you can give your help, your opportunity, give it time for the Lord to fashion it and get that prepared for you. And it's going to be a blessing to other people. Look at this. All the sons that Leah had, it took off a lot of weight and pressure from everybody else. Because her one, for all she went through, gave her strength, gave her energy that she needed, that drive to carry and bear 6 sons. That was a blessing from God to her. Whoever you're on tonight, whatever it is that the Lord has for you, you better believe there's abundance there. But you have to receive it. You have to believe it. You can't live off on nobody else's faith. You got to understand. You got to be in your word to understand. Find yourself in one of these Bible characters. You got to be able to look over your life and say, man, I see myself here because I went through for a long time. I had to wait. I had to be patient. I had to hold on when I wanted to haul off and say X, Y, Z. When I wanted to just raise up. When I wanted to do some things. When I wanted to get back, but I didn't. When I wanted to show your backside, but you said, no, I'm going to face this thing. I'm going to do what's right. Because you know that by faith, you know that the Lord is right there watching you. And if I'm talking to you right now, hey, give me a 5. Just throw up the hand emoji. Because look, watch this. I'm only sitting here tonight to help strengthen you, to speak life to you. Because see, for many of us right now, we've been failing some tests. All of us in life. Nobody, hey, look, only one perfect one. That was Christ. But then throughout time, throughout life, many of us, we have failed some tests along the way. And I really believe that the Lord wants to shift us from failing to now passing and moving forward to what the next stage or what the next plan of His will is for our life. It's time to get there. So watch this. Everything Leah went through, she didn't have to go through it again because she endured all she had to go through in the first half of her life. See, here we go again. You have to endure this one on this time. Whoever I'm talking to on tonight, endure it this time. Because see, when you pass this one, when you get through this tryout, watch this. You ain't going to have to go through this part again. Because see, you already done, you ain't say you mastered it, but you endured it. And see, because you endured it, now the Lord see that, okay, you ready for your next stage. You don't need to go through that no more. You just show that you're going to stay in there, that you're not going to quit, you're not going to throw in the towel. So yeah, we got to get you on to your next level. So somebody, that tough situation you've been in, you won't have to face that thing again. Because you endured God's process. It's forward motion for you. It's forward motion, moving forward from here now. It's time for you to live and live gracefully. Whoever I'm talking to on tonight. I know you may have been feeling like you was going through. Hey, of course, all of us at a moment in time in our life, we all share, like the scripture tells us, we're going to face trials and tribulation. But that's only God's way of shifting us, preparing us, molding us. Many of you say you want peace, you want patience. You better believe it. You say you want patience. Watch what's going to happen. He's going to have to deal with you in that place to get you to have patience. Here we go again. This anointing is amazing. And it will bring and cause blessings to hit your life and also your family, whoever you are. But see, you've been that chosen one that the Lord chose to endure this one. He needs you to go through this tryout. Because see, it's like a game. Anytime in sports, before you can find yourself on the field or on that basketball court, whatever it is that you're on, whatever sport that you're in, see, look, you have to go through them tryouts. Because see, the manager will have to know your level of play. Your coach is going to have to know the level of play. And watch this. Your other teammates going to have to also know that they can depend on you too. That they know that you ain't going to flake out on them. See, your other teammates need to know that, hey, because the coach called a play or because I didn't pass you the ball when you wanted the ball, you ain't going to get upset. You ain't going to just want to just run and pout and just go sit yourself on the bench. And then now, being that you out of the game, now it's going to throw a ripple in the whole team. And now the team have to carry you and the weight of the game. So see, here we go again. Them tryouts are real important. Whoever I'm talking to on tonight, all you have just begin to look at your life like it's the tryouts, like you're auditioning for your next stage, like you're auditioning for your next level. And see, for many of us, we want to go. We want these things. We want the next stage. We want the next level. But can you pass the test? Can you pass the tryouts? And see, here we go again. When the Lord allows somebody to agitate you or get on your nerve, how are you handling this? How are you maintaining this one? Come on now, let's talk. Hey, I'm talking to me too. Because see, I work on a job. So look, here we go again. That's everybody. But see, you have to understand and know when those moments come. And see, this is really what we have to depend on the Holy Spirit. For those of you saved, hey, you really have to depend on the Holy Spirit. But see, this is where you really need that self-control. You need that restrainer to help you to restrain so that you don't say stuff that you know that likely in your flesh you might have thought that you might want to say, but you didn't let it come out your mouth. You started thinking, cast down every thought, every high thing that tried to exalt itself above the knowledge and the wisdom of God. You started speaking God's word over whatever you may have been in or been through. Why? Because you was like, look, Lord, I know you right here watching me. Lord, I know you see this. Lord, you know it. You know I didn't. Lord, you see. That's all you can say. Lord, you see. All you can say is, because you know. You know any other day. They'd catch you some years ago. It would have been ugly. But how many know you tired of going around that mountain? It's time for you to elevate and go to your next stage. If I'm talking to you, just reach out and just throw that hand emoji. I can't share that. I can't say that enough because look, it's time for you to go to your next stage. And it's here. It's looking you right in your face. That's why it amped up some, because it's right there in your face, your next stage. And see, the Lord is only doing this because I'm having to see, are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Lastly, it was God who blessed Leah. Don't worry about who don't like it, who don't understand you, who don't understand your blessing. and what God did for you in your life. Don't worry about that. Because you ain't going to be able to explain it all. You know that it's God who did it. And that's all you're going to be able to say. God did it. And see, for whoever you are, for those of you, you have felt like you was in that time of a tryout, and you was auditioning and go for your next stage, for your next level. You know that it was not you in all your power. You know it was nobody but the Lord who was there to help you, to help lead and guide you, to help you to keep your mouth shut when you know normally you would want to say something, or you might have even all about you to help keep this flesh sustained. Because you know you. How many know we thank God for the Holy Spirit? Because see, here we go again. It was only a tryout. The Lord is only checking you out to see. I'm ready to shift you. I've been having my eyes on you. I've been watching you for a while. You endure it now. There's an opportunity that's coming. There's some other people that's needing to come through this way. And when I look through and I scan, I don't see no one else who can fit the bill, who can do it like you. So come on, Leah. Put your name out there. Come on, Pastor Frazier. Come on, Terrell. Look, come on here. I seen you. Put your name out there. Say your name. Because see, that's what you want. You want the Lord to call your name when it's time for you to get that promotion. You better say your name and put your name out there now. Hey, because look, watch this. When the opportunity, when it's prepared, when it presents itself, you want to be that one chosen for it. Because you know that you went through enough to have it, and you know you can handle it. That's why the Lord allowed you to go through the most. Leah in today's time, she would have a bad reputation. Why? Because she was how she got the blessing. But watch this. She may have had she possibly would not have a good rapport with man, with some, but watch this. She would have a good rapport with the Lord. Because here we go again. Watch this. Nobody blessed her or opened up her womb but God. And see, that's what you want. Because see, when other people, and see, you got to look. When we first read that verse 31, it says that Rachel was barren, and see that Leah was also hated. Why did it flop like that in a sense? Because see, you got to understand something. Leah and Jacob was married for 7 years. And so you mean to tell me that for 7 years that she did not produce, or her womb was not open for 7 years? So why did the Lord wait for 7 years? I really believe that the Lord waited because he knew what Rachel was all about from the beginning of her life. She knew that she always was getting. She knew that everybody liked her. She knew that everything was working in her favor all the time. So now the Lord he had to flip the script in a sense just to see, okay, Rachel, it's your turn. Now, Leah is ready. That's why I allow her to be married now to this opportunity. But now, Rachel, I need to see what's in you because you're part of the plan as well. So I need to see throughout this where you're going to fall. How much will you be able to handle? And see, when you look at it, the two, Beulah, Zilpah, and also Rachel, all they could handle was 2 apiece. Leah was the only one who could have handled 6. She was abundant. She was fruitful. And see, for many of you right now, whatever it is, you got to maintain. You got to stay in there. Because see, watch what the Lord is up to. He's looking to see how much can you handle. I need to know how much can you handle, because see, when I open this door for you, when I make this thing happen, you can't make it happen. All you can do is stay in there, be obedient, follow, and do what I need you to do. Because when I make this one happen, you better believe I need you to go in here and I need you to do your thing. And you're going to do it. Oh, I'm happy for whoever you are on tonight. Now watch this. Because you endured the tryout. The Lord, see, them tryouts, it comes in many different facets. It comes in many different ways. There's different sports. Basketball, baseball, football, tennis. Whatever the tryouts might be. The Lord knows what you need. And see, throughout the tryout, he knows what he needs to work on you in whatever area before he can shift you to your next stage. And see, for many of you, right here, you know that you need it. You know that you know yourself better than a lot of people. You know what you need to work on. But see, sometimes we know ourselves so well to where we think that we can just not have to do the work. We think that we can just willy-nilly this thing sometimes. But the Lord said no. Because many of y'all want to shift and become leaders in whatever area or facet that or spirit that he will allow you to work in. But see, when you become that leader, there's a certain mannerism, there's a certain level of humility, there's a certain depth of patience that you're going to have if you're going to be able to be that leader who God is calling you to be. You have to have it. I ain't say that what a man needs you to have. No, it's what the Lord needs you to have. Because see, the Lord is the one who's opening that door for that progress, for that next stage. So here we go again. So as Leah, she may look good in God's eye. Because it's the Lord who blessed her. God will take what was ugly. He will take that thing which was dead, and he will resurrect it up to life. You need Christ. I don't know whoever I'm talking to on tonight. You need the Lord. You need Jesus. Whoever I'm talking to on tonight, you need him. You've been having to wait. Could it be that the right people aren't in place for you yet? Could it be that they're not in place rather spiritually and also physically? See, we have to look at this thing. See, we want to look at things, our life circumstances through our eyes. But see, we'll have our own righteousness and we'll have our own opinion in our own eyes. But see, we have to see things through God's eye. So here we go again. So when it looked like hate was going to win, God saw and brought his love to Leah. See, whoever you are tonight, whatever you may have been going through, it might have looked like it was going to win. It might have looked like it was going to take you out. It might have looked like it had the victory. It might have looked like it was going to overcome you. Nah. See, the Lord saw you. The Lord saw how things was done to you, with you, and for you. He already knew it. But he saw that, look, you didn't quit. You didn't fold. You didn't throw in the towel. So now he's going to step up, and he's going to step in. All this happened after Jacob arrives. Everyone is at the feast. And when it looked like all hope was lost, here go God stepping in, and he made a way. Somebody you need to understand on tonight, especially those of you were waiting for a long time, you got to be looking for the Lord to make a way for you in this hour. You have to look for him in this season. You got to look for him to do something so amazing that you know you couldn't make happen for yourself. This is God's way of showing what he thought about Leah, about her being hated. This is what he showed. Well, since they hate you, Leah, I'm just going to bless you in abundance. So if they hated you for you just because you got married, oh, they rich. Let's give them something that they really not going to like. Watch what I'm about to do. I'm about to bless you exponentially. I'm about to supersede what they thought that you was. Look, they was looking at you one way, but they didn't see you coming. They was looking at you just for because you had that lazy, tender eye. They didn't know that I had a plan for you. They didn't know that I was about to use you. They was just looking at your issue. They was just looking at the things that you had to go through in life. They was only looking at all what you had to experience. They was looking at only all what you may have had to go through. But see, they didn't know. Behind the scenes, I was working on you. You was that one. See, that lazy eye kept you humble. That lazy eye kept you patient. That lazy eye kept you in a place of humility so that I will be able to use you in the right moment, in the right time, when the opportunity would present itself. And because opportunity has now presented itself, I'm now ready to go ahead and shift you to your next stage. And before my time is up, y'all, let me give y'all this. To make it right, God gave recompense to Leah. He also gave her an identity and also confidence. Something she didn't previously have in the first half of her life. How many of y'all need a new identity? Some of y'all need some confidence. See, you may not have had it in your first part of your life. But see, the Lord is what he's about to do, what he's up to now, all that's part of it. He's ready to give you a new identity and some confidence to go along with it. Leah reminds me of her grandfather Isaac and how the Lord continued to prosper him in Genesis 26 and 13. The man began to be prosperous and continued prospering until he became very prosperous. Whoever you are tonight, keep working your tryouts. Keep working where you're at right now. Because see, every opportunity, it should lead to another opportunity. Allow that thing, keep working it. Keep working at it. And watch what the Lord is about to do. And my last point, no lipsticks on no pigs. Because many of you right now, you know that you look at Rachel and Leah for my last and final point on tonight. No put no lipsticks on no pig. trying to make something pretty when you know good and well that that's not what it is. That pig is nasty, it is dirty, it's looking for a place to go wild in. And see, many of you right now, just like Rachel and Leah, Rachel right there, she knew how she was feeling, and the Lord knew how she was feeling too. That's part of why he had to take her through that and allow her to now experience that level of disappointment. And watch this, when you go to chapter 30 of Genesis, verse 1 and 2, look what she said. She gets mad at Jacob and start trying to put her how she felt on him by telling him, Jacob, give me children or else I would die. Jacob gets upset and get angry with her and tell her, look, am I in God's stead? Let me get Ebonic on this. Hey, it ain't my fault. Look, it's not up to me. It's up to the Lord who's withholding fruit from your womb. And see, for many of you right now, watch this. Y'all been sowing seeds. Y'all been sowing and planting. Y'all been doing some good things. Look, and when the opportunity came, and catch this, please hear me as I close on tonight. When Rachel got the opportunity to finally be with Jacob, in her mind, she possibly was thinking that, look, I'm about to, see, my sister ain't had children yet, but watch this. I'm going to have them, and look, we gonna do this thing big. Y'all know how y'all do it. Y'all trying to shine, trying to showboat in a sense. But see, here we go. The Lord saw it, and he's saying, look, nah, let me slow your roll right now. Here's what I'm going to do. And watch this. I'm going to cause you not to be fruitful in that area for a season. And I'm going to let your sister produce before you. All because he saw what was in Rachel's heart. And Rachel possibly was that one who hated on her sister because Leah was given, and it was not even Leah's fault, but Leah was given to Jacob before she was able to get him. Yeah, that was tough. I know some of y'all probably saying that I wouldn't blame him. But here we go again. Our ways are not God's ways. Our thoughts are not his thoughts. His ways and thoughts are higher than ours. We got to close on tonight. There's much more I really would love, especially to get in on this. Don't put no lipstick on the pig. Because for many of you, you know right now, there's some things that you got with other people. And see, you know you need to get those things right. And see, you've been doing all the right things by sowing your seeds. You've been giving. You've been being nice. You've been trying to do all the right things. But here we go again. The Lord is not looking at what you do. It's what you're not doing. And see, what you're not doing is you don't want to go, if you got an art with somebody, see, that's what he's really looking at. See, you're doing a lot of good things, but see, it's that one thing that's holding him back from releasing that blessing to you so that you can move forward. And see, now, look at Rachel. Rachel is mad at Leah because of what she ain't doing. She's holding on envy now. She's mad. She's upset. It ain't Leah. It was Rachel. So the Lord has to now flip this thing, let her go through. And he could have easily pulled envy or pull that thing from Rachel. But he said, no, I have to let that stay there because I'm going to allow what Rachel is going through. I'm going to allow that thing to pull out of her that envy that she had towards her sister. And see, for many of you, you want to go to that next stage. You want to go to that next level. But see, the Lord's looking straight directly, beaming at your heart. That thing that you think that you're hiding from him, now he see it. He knows it's there. And see, that's a way of protection. Because see, he's saying, no, I can't release you into your next stage. Because either you're going to hurt yourself or hurt somebody else. And I don't want to leave you like that. I want to take you from faith to faith. Romans chapter 1, I believe 17. And see, I need you to go to this next level. And many of you right now, as we're closing on tonight, you've been trying to put a lipstick on a pig, something that you know that needs to be, that's been dirty, that's going to go waddle in blood. You know it's not right. But you was only covering up with putting a mask or putting lipstick on it, trying to hide it like the Lord don't see it. And all you was doing throughout that tryout, Lord, you didn't say it, but your actions tell him you're not ready. Because you got to do his word say. You got an art against your brother, go to them. Lay your gift at the altar. Square this thing away. That go for everybody. Everybody. So whoever I'm talking to on tonight, possibly the one thing, if you've been waiting and it seems like things were just hitting you recently and not allowing you to make your next stage, you feel like you was in Rachel's shoes, got it going on, look good, you got everything in the right place. But when it was time for you to be fruitful, multiply, and increase, it's like there was a blockage there, something stopping you. Now it's time to check your heart. And watch what the Lord is, and see when you really do it sincerely, He will make ways for you out of no way. He just don't want you to take that into the next stage. Matter of fact, you're not going to take it to the next stage because He loves us so much. Okay, y'all, my time is up. Can't wait till we get back with you all to our in-person service. God bless you all. We missed you all over this week, but that time was what it was needed. We needed to get that rest. But Lord have mercy, we could have used another day or two, but hey, we definitely won't complain. But family, just know we love you guys. We're going to end on tonight, and Lord say the same. We look forward to seeing you all on Sunday. Father, we thank you as we get ready to end this on tonight. We thank you for never leaving us nor forsaking us, but we thank you for always being there with us. And Father, I ask and pray for whoever may be following in that same track as Leah. Give them the patience to endure while you're working on their opportunity. And if that individual was like in Rachel, they may have been feeling like they had it going on, and they just was just holding things in their heart and not releasing those that envy, that jealousy, whatever that strife, that bitterness, that anger, whatever thing that they may have been holding secretly towards somebody else in their heart, in their minds. Father, I ask and pray that throughout this course, throughout the trials, that you will be able to strip those things off of them, out of their heart, out of their mind, so that they will be able to finally move forward and stop going around that same mountain and be all who you call them to be. And it's in Jesus' name we thank you, we ask and pray. We love you guys. God bless you all.